Okay guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Steve. I own and operate a small excavation company with my son. And in this video that I'm editing now, we had to rebuild one of our trailers. And the reason why we chose to rebuild the trailer is because we actually went to go buy a new trailer. And because of COVID, there was nothing on the lot. And the only person around here that had anything is pretty much overpriced. They wanted like $14,000 for the trailer that I would have chose, and instead I talked to a place that sells the parts, and they said I can buy all the parts and everything and upgrade. I went from two 7,000-pound axles up to two 8,000-pound axles, which realistically doesn't make a difference on paper. The trailer's still, when the DOT looks it up, it's still what it is. I just wanted it for my own personal preference of not wearing out as quick. I wanted to beef it up a little more, so maybe it'll last longer. I don't know. The trailer is 16 years old. When it was purchased brand new in 2005, it was $5,500, and the same exact trailer now, I went back to the same dealer and he said he would have to order it and he has no idea when he could get it. And then the dog's just laying there. It's hot out. I'm not working today. Today is Sunday, but the dog is not liking the humidity, which also you'll see in the video. I've had a lot of trouble with the paint, but I ended up painting it twice, and I actually still have to touch up a lot of the paint in some spots where it didn't dry. But I lost a lot of the footage, unfortunately, from when we went to pick up the axles to when I actually documented everything, videoed everything. But I do have pictures, so what I'm going to do is I'll put the pictures in here so you guys can see the work that we did to the trailer before we got to the painting stage. I think the video is going to pick up right around the painting stage. But all said and done, this upgrade on the suspension, and I built two chain trays because the trailer never had a place to put chains. So two chain trays, all new fenders, and most new lighting. I'm into the trailer completely for about $4,700. And the only frustrating part about the whole thing is it took us probably like a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks off and on of working in between going out and working, and then days where we had a slow day we would work on the trailer. So hope you enjoy the video. Please like, share, and comment and subscribe. Thank you. Okay guys, here's some pictures. I put a new jack stand on the trailer, and we had to brace up the tongue of the trailer for the bigger truck. And then you can see we welded on new fenders and stiffer backers. And then I built a chain tray so we have somewhere to put the chains. And then we coated the trailer in a zinc phosphate. It's actually POR metal prep after we wire wheeled it, and then did it again. Then we washed it a third time with the metal prep. And we actually had to go back and weld a couple holes in the weld. But here you can see all of the rust on the original axles. We yanked the axles and the fenders off because they were all rotted. You can see the axle tube here is all rotted and rusted and chunks falling off. And this is when we stripped the boards off when we first got started stripping it. You can see the little metal backer for the fender's no good. And then this is the back end before I started building the chain tray in the dirt knockers. I call them dirt knockers, but it's where the tracks knock off the dirt running over those pieces of angle iron. Alright, I got my earplugs in, eye protection on, and gloves on, and it is getting windy out. Any minute now, probably gonna get rain. I should have got my clear glasses, but so I could see this better, but oh well. You guys gotta stop drinking. Now, I think the fun part is seeing how bad I screwed up. I could have cut a cardboard cutout, but honestly, I don't have any cardboard. Oh yeah, I definitely screwed up. Yep. Son of a... Oh no, it's gotta go that way. I probably should have got a Sharpie. So, you know, this stuff measure like 10 times and that's weird. That side's perfect. I don't know what happened over here. I really don't. This is the line that I couldn't see too well, and look at this one. That's the line that was right on this. So, to be honest with you, I should have been right on this. But if you look at it, see, I wanted to come halfway over too. I don't want to be at the edge, but I think to save this piece, and like I said, this is going underneath, but I think if we look correctly, if I shave right down there, I think we could save my boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo? So, yeah. I need to stop somewhere when I'm out driving around and get a Sharpie. So I think we're just gonna run down this one, right, to about there. We'll leave this. Actually, to be honest with you, I think since we're putting this under, I think if we take off here instead. Yeah, let's do that. Because then when this goes underneath, that gives us some meat to weld to. And we could actually probably slide it over a little bit and twist it. I think we're gonna do that. Alright guys. Looks like we're back to Clamp City. This is tough because there's two ways to do this. You can either get a piece of metal underneath and pinch this stuff and weld it between the two, which I may do a strip across there after because I do have some stuff, but now you're just making more places for water to sit in. Or you do like this, which is what I've done. And I've done this before and it works great, but you have to do every single one. Alright guys, so I welded every single little one all the way around the entire chain tray solid. However, good thing we ain't taking this to a car show. Although, that's all the flux core. I hit that with the wire wheel and most of the boogers come off. I'm always complaining about the flux core, but you know, the wind's blowing pretty good out here, so gas would look cool, but I'm going for function. Making some progress. So now I gotta cut a square out for the back chain tray. Let's go take a look at it. These are the best clamps I've ever had, though. Right there. I got those when I did built my dump body on my truck. I was gonna close this up, but it'll help water get through there and dirt and stuff, so I'm not gonna. So we gotta measure, cut a square, and put it in here. Oh, and I gotta weld that little spot where I may have had a measurement. Oops. Because these are leftover pieces from something else. And then I'm hoping maybe to be able to wash this with that like prep, but I mean, I still got to needle scale some of the heavier stuff out. I probably said it once, but I'll say it again. I really spent a lot of dough on the axles and the fenders and everything in steel, so I'm probably gonna skip the sandblasting until we need new boards and the lumber prices come down. And then what I'll do is I will have this sandblasted then. I just gotta probably recover a little bit because I have some other stuff going on too inside my house and the dump truck that need to be done. So, budgeting. Alright, felt a couple raindrops. Just finished up the welding. I just put those pieces of flat bar in there. My son is wire wheeling it because we're not gonna sandblast it. The only welds I smoothed down was right here because I think I want to put my logo right here. My other trailer I'm going to do the same, so I only smoothed this down. I'll cake it with paint, and then if I have to sand it a little later, I will. And then, well, I did do that one and the top one because it was sticking up, and then that side. But I got 2 U-bolts from the hardware store. I gotta wire brush all that slag off. But I put them in the bandsaw, just cut the U-bolts off. Just to hang the chains, that's all. I ended up grinding this side down so it's the same height as this one. Then I'll get new bolts for the ring. Put that back in after. I put 2 pieces of angle iron in here. This one to stop stuff from hitting the lights, the wires for the lights, and that one so stuff, because it's on a slight angle, I don't want all the chains and all the stuff to run downhill. So I think they'll sit right there. I don't even know if that's gonna work or how great that's gonna work. That's just an experiment. But as far as I'm concerned, we're gonna wire wheel this up. And let me show you in my shed here if the light's on in here. Oh, I get it. I'm gonna wash the whole trailer with POR metal prep because it's metal etching rust neutralizer, and I have had good luck with it. So we're just gonna remove any of the heavy stuff for now. All right, my son's pressure washing. I used this spray jug. I sprayed the trailer down with the metal etching prep. I still have some more. I'm gonna try to do like another coat on, at least on the inside. This is what it does because there's zinc phosphate in it, so it almost looks galvanized. But that's what it does. That's how it looks. And then you wash it off after. I took all the nuts off and I put them in a box in there. I put the nuts on while I was moving the axles because I didn't want to bang up the end of the threads. Once I got the axles in the trailer, now I can take the nuts off so I don't get paint on them or whatever. I like to use garbage bags because they have the, you know, they have the ties that you can pull. So I pull the ties, pull it around, and then, you know, just, well, you can see. Just hook it right on to one of the things. See, it doesn't rust because it has that zinc phosphate, I guess. I did do a lot of needle scaling and wire wheeling back here off camera, but I just got to a point where I just had enough. I needle scaled all the welds because the welds had the all of that slag on it from the flux core. And I don't know if I got it on camera, but I did put new boxes on. And you can see the hole where the wire was. The only thing I had to do was on the drill press. I got an old drill press. I did have to cut out for the wire to come through because it's a universal box. All right, guys. So I got my paint stirring thing. I got my dirty sneakers on, dirty pants on, because I'm not a professional painter and I make a mess. Which is cool that I don't have a paved driveway, because the gravel, when you paint on it, all you do is take the skid steer after and just go back and forth and backblade it, and it's like new again. It's like putting rocks in a rock tumbler. I don't know what it is. It just knocks all the paint off, whatever. You know, I'm sure somebody will be like, you're hurting the environment. Well, maybe, but it's my environment. Anyways, moving on now. This is what I got to mix it with. This is Tractor Supply. My buddy used it and said he had a good Tractor Supply oil-based primer. So I wanted to use this because it's oil-based. The only problem is when you first get it, it's all gooped on the bottom, and you could try like heck, you know, with the paint stick to stir it all you want, but you're better off just getting one of these things because you'll be here forever. And then turn it, like put it in reverse and go the other way too, you know, and then just put it along the bottom. Be prepared to trash your clothes, because I'm not really good at this, and I don't care. The only thing I will say with this paint is you can see the oil right there. If you get real close, see the oil? That's from when I first started. See the separation, how it looks like it's watery? That's actually the oil. When I first cracked open the can, some of it went there. So make sure you mix this really good. All right, so because this is oil-based enamel, you have to dilute it. So this is what I'm using to dilute it. And my son used to work at the hardware store in the paint department, so he was telling me the environmentally friendly version of this is crap.
It sucks. Stuff doesn't work worth shit.
So I'm all for saving the environment, but at the same time, I'm all for saving my trailer from rust, because the environment and I are having a serious battle lately, and unfortunately the environment has been winning, but not for long. Okay, so I got this thing that I got also at my local hardware store that I have used. I do have a regular paint gun, like automotive paint gun, but seeing that this is a trailer, I'm not gonna do anything nice. And it's getting cloudy out, and I probably should not be painting this. This is probably gonna be stupid and a mistake. But problem is, I already acid and zinc phosphate washed this trailer, and they said it wasn't gonna rain, but you know, to be a weather person nowadays, all you have to do is be good looking. You don't actually have to be correct. Imagine if Imagine if you could do your job wrong all the time. So, what this is it turns the fan on, and it has a little latch here. It's just basically just a hair dryer. And then you clip it on here, it pressurizes the pot, and it just screws on. And you can do wide or wide tip and whatever, but I'm talking too much, I gotta get painted. And I'm not, I unplugged it.
Yeah.
Crap. Got quite a bit on the stones. Oh, that's another way to make your wife angry too. Paint her parking spot brown. Okay, here's the thing I forgot to mention. I don't care about runs on anything under the boards. That's a gallon, and I don't think I'm gonna do the next coat with that thing, because it is really messy, and I feel like you lose a lot. I mean, I put it thick. I wanted to use that. I put it thick on the inside, but I mean, look at the rocks. Good Lord. So I gotta go get more, but at least all the really rusty bare spots on the inside are all covered now in case if it does rain out later, because primer dries fast. However, I don't know about this primer because it's oil based. See, I see a bunch of spots that I don't like, but whatever. I guess I better go get more. All right, we'll check back in after. All right, so this time I'm gonna be using the hardener. Because the last time, see, even my cup's blowing away. You should never paint in the wind. Unless you're an idiot, like me. So, see how oily this is? This oil-based paint. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at it. Watch. Dip it in the paint. Blah. So that's what I gotta mix up. Whoa. Okay. I think it's time to suit up. Alright, this stuff does smell. I'm gonna put the respirator on. Using the charcoal filtered respirator. I mean, we're all gonna die someday. I just don't want to die of cancer. I kind of want to die doing something fun. And painting is not fun. I don't know how much hardener you're supposed to put in. I guess I'll have to read the directions. That sucks. So it's got this screw here. You can adjust whether it shoots straight or fans out. I like it a little fanned out, so you get less runs when it's fanned out. When it shoots straight, you tend to get runs. I got one coat on. I guess you can call it that. I kind of want to see how well this hardener works. I definitely want to mix it a little thicker. I'm getting some runs in this beam, you know, but that's okay because it's primer, so I'll just like lightly sand it. It's a pretty solid trailer, to be honest with you. It just had some surface stuff. I mean, it cleaned up nice, I think. Ugh. I could flip this trailer upside down with the machine, but I'm just not that smart. And I just don't want to. Alright, it's been a couple days later. I started putting some blue on it, and there's some spots I don't like, which is ridiculous because it's just a trailer. I mean, it's just a trailer. I don't know why I'm being fussy, but the manufacturer, I've always hated this little like burn hole that when they welded. I don't know what the hell they were doing here. But I always had plans. I said, oh, someday if I redo the trailer, I'm gonna weld that up. For whatever reason, I forgot to, and that's gonna drive me nuts. So I'm gonna have to get that off. And I'm probably gonna take the DA sander to the other side. There's like some, I don't know, I'm not happy about where the glue was on here, where I got the glue off of this area on both sides. You can still kind of see the glue marks. This paint, it's real hot and humid out, so this is probably gonna suck. Now I gotta get the welder out. I'm gonna weld that shut, and then I'll have to sand it smooth. All right, that big hole is gone. But that's about as good as it's gonna get for an old trailer. I don't want to go too much into this rail. All right, let's get some edge primer. We gotta clean this up. Okay, this is my neighbor. Like I said, I live in a neighborhood full of landscapers and contractors. This is my setup. It's muggy out. I'm soaking wet with sweat. It's gross. But I got it on the dolly, ratchet strap to the dolly with a cinder block. What I'm trying to do is I just used that can of primer filler. I'm gonna go get some more. And I used this DA, you know, dual action orbital sander, whatever you want to call it, to get the swirls out. I mean, the primer's still dry and in some spots. I just sprayed it. My buddy's like, you're being too fussy, and I'm sure my wife wants to kill me, but she's used to it. The only reason why I'm being fussy on the tongue of the trailer, I don't really care about the back part. Only reason why I'm being fussy is because I may put our company lettering on it. I don't know if I'm gonna put it there or if I'm gonna put it there. I might just put it up there. I did the other side too, and that's got to get redone. It's I don't know. Look at this. I gotta sand this all back down and redo it. Something's going on there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to redo that. It's cracking, so it's like paint. The primer must have. I used etch primer right there, but I don't know. Maybe I got a bad can. I don't know. But I'm only interested in the tongue of the trailer being nice and smooth for stickers. So like if I put the phone number down there, I have to put DOT tape, reflective tape on the bottom rail. So I think the DOT tape is gonna run down there. And then the logo is probably gonna go there, my company logo. And the problem with not having smooth surfaces is water gets behind the stickers, and a lot of the DOT tape on this trailer was rust jacking. For those of you that don't know what rust jacking, it's pretty much when water gets in somewhere and it creates rust, and the rust pushes things apart. You see it a lot of times on double frame trucks. Well, it happens with stickers too, like DOT stickers, and the rust starts pushing the sticker off. It rusts behind there. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the wheels came yesterday. So I got 8 wheels. These are the provider wheels. They're 17.5s, 215 75 R 17.5s that I ordered Nice tread on them. The rim is solid. This is what they seem, when I was looking at new trailers, seems like all of the heavy duty trailers had these rims and tires on them. You can put fatter tires on them. You can do 215s, but I didn't want to go too fat because of the width of the fender. I wanted to keep the stock fender. And there's 8 of them because 4 of them are going on the wood chipper. Now, here's the thing. I got all of these tires, each one $244 a piece with a coupon or whatever off the internet. Then $500 for shipping came. They all 8 of them. They're 125 pounds a piece. They're not light. They're heavy duty. Then they came from Huntsville, Texas. So it's $500 in shipping. Now, down the street, I got a price on just a tire for my chipper, and I had to buy one when we got a blowout. Just the tire alone was $246 for just the tire. All right, I got all of these with the wheels and the rims for $244, I believe. So I mean, you do the math. Even with the shipping, it was still cheaper. All right, guys, I've taken a shower twice today. I gotta go meet with somebody, a customer, about another job. I'm fighting an endless battle here because the humidity is like 100% today. It's blazing hot out. I know you can't see temperature, but trust me, I'm dying. And the paint keeps, I don't know what you call it. It does this every time I try to paint in the humidity. It don't dry, and then it starts getting like that crackly bit, so then I have to sand it because I can't even touch the metal. That's how hot it is in the sun. You'd figure it would bake it on, but that's not the case. Maybe someday I get a garage. See, it won't dry, and then it's just doing that. Cracks in the paint. So I'll have to sand that again and do it again. All right, it's early. It is Wednesday. I took today off because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and I was having trouble yesterday, the paint with the humidity. My father-in-law and mother-in-law are visiting from Florida, and they said today it was muggy on Cape Cod, and he checked the weather at home where he lives, and he said it's actually hotter here today than Florida. So just to give you an idea of how muggy it was yesterday. So I burned up trying to fill and trying to get this smooth for just the two sides, for if I want to put the stickers or something down the sides, or a logo, whatever, or a DOT number, whatever. I burned through like 4, and I think I got another can over on the back side. So like 5 cans of primer filler, and I was having trouble with that spot. The spot that I welded, and seems to be relatively smooth now. I might smooth that out a little bit, but I don't know. Okay, so my son's old supervisor, who's a paint specialist, said that they just got this in, and apparently this is for companies that go in and do commercial paint jobs, and the business needs to be up and running the next day. This will dry overnight to the point where it says that you can, it says traffic ready in 24 hours. Dry to the touch in 15 minutes, traffic ready in 24 hours. Resist cracking and peeling. We'll see about that. Fast tack free formula. So what she was saying is in other words, like, this is ready to throw another coat on like within 15 minutes. Or less, like slightly less if you want it tacky before for your second coat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this paint on there. The other paint I have is called Rust Gats, and I've had a lot of good luck with it, but the problem is it's an oil based
I believe, I'm not sure. I know the primer I used was oil-based, I showed you that. But the Ruscats doesn't like humidity, and it's crazy humid. So I gotta stop talking and I gotta get spraying, because I took today off to do this because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. My wife was starting to get a little irritated with me taking time off to work on a trailer, because then I end up working on, like I worked this past weekend, which wasn't necessary because I could have done it during the week. Alright, I forgot to mention, this new paint doesn't really smell. It's water-based, but just in case, I'm gonna suit up. All right, so I got out of the monkey suit. Man, I'm just dripping. It's hot out. So I ended up painting. The fenders weren't shiny enough for me. I know that sounds stupid, but so I ended up putting what was left of the hardener that I had in the first can of paint I was using, that Ruscats, because that stuff's pretty shiny. And then I just went down the outside of the trailer and I did the fenders. I did the fenders again. And then these wheels, man, they're heavy, 125 pounds a piece. But I used the dolly to put them on. You know what I mean? The two-wheel hand truck. I just went under them and, you know, pulled back on the dolly and put them on. Because, you know, work smarter, not harder. Save your back, you know. The specs on these are 350 foot-pounds of torque. This gun, I only use this gun just to you know, zip down the nut, and then I always tighten it with something else. Don't ever trust those things. I don't even know what the torque rating is. It ain't that much. But what I'm doing now is I am putting a little bit of the Tin Man's lipstick on the nuts, but you got to get a screwdriver when you get to the bottom, because they don't make the brush touch the bottom, you know. So, and I am wearing rubber gloves because everybody knows a little dab will cover you head to toe. So I just kind of zing it down like that and then cross pattern it, you know. They are 8 lug with 5H flange nuts. Then I'll just go back around to the other ones. I'll go around a couple times. This thing don't have a lot of torque. Next step here will be the wiring, but it won't be today because I have to go to work. I got some stuff I gotta do, pay for this stuff. Okay guys, it's been like a week since I had this trailer last in the driveway. Well, I was gonna get a new wiring harness, but I actually didn't like any of ones that I saw them. So this is so you can like unplug it. So I didn't have any problems with my lights. Everything worked. So I figured why waste the money? This is for the this would be for this axle, the brake wires. This be for this axle, and this, believe it or not, is actually the license plate light. And then once you get down to here, this is this back corner of the trailer. I'm gonna cut all these zip ties. Probably gonna have to put new ones in. I'm gonna take this apart, dielectric grease that. This actually goes into this box here. This is the brake light. This little pigtail here is the end marker light, which I have to put in. And then these are if you wanted to just add anything else for marker only. And then of course this green wire is supposed to run across the back. They had the wires tucked under the bottom right in here, and they were just sitting in this lip. But what I don't understand is why they didn't put them up here, because they put them in here and they would fall out. You know, they would fall out of here, and then I was always zip tying them back up. But I don't understand why they didn't just put the wire in there, because the board comes down here and that would keep the wire in there. So, and there's a spot in here for them to come out. So I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me, but I think we're going to attempt to run the wire along the top. I think somebody goofed when they put the wire in the bottom, or they were thinking if they put the wire in the bottom and there's ever a problem, they don't have to take the boards off. But I've never had a problem. That's the thing. It's a sealed harness. So as long as you don't like yanking anything, and you usually have a problem at the you know at the opening, the plug. You don't have a problem, you know, down there. You know, you'll have a problem at the tail light. All right, so before this had this like bracket that came out, and it was like flimsy and tinny, and I was gonna, it like bolted on. I was gonna put it back for the lights, for the license plate, but what ended up happening was I discovered that this will work better. So this is the plate light. The wire runs in the inside of the frame, and then it comes through that hole. I'm not too worried about that. I'm probably just gonna take a brush and just touch this up where I drilled the holes. The plate, I did have held a plate up there. And the old plate, they had it so it like hung over here. Let me see if I can, I've been using this dummy plate. Originally, their bracket thing came out to here, and look it. This corner was always bent. When you drove up it with the machine and whatnot, it was always bent, and then the bracket would always like fold like this way, and then I put a new bracket on, and then it would get bent again. And so I decided that there's no reason for it to be that far over, so I'm just gonna put it in line. We'll have a little bit of hangover right there, and I think that'll be plenty good. All right. I guess we're supposed to be getting a hurricane or something. I don't know. It's just my luck, So I got the plate light mounted. It is bolted. I touched up all the paint holes. I got this 2 1/4 hole saw. Actually, this isn't the one I used. This is a 2-inch, 2 1/4. The 2 1/4s right here. The front ones, I had to go 2 1/2s because that was the existing hole that was already in there from the manufacturer. So I didn't cut that hole. They cut that hole with a torch, and it's 2.5, so we're stuck with that size. However, on the back box, you know, there's not a lot of room. It's not a very big box, and I covered the inside with primer and everything. So that light, just so you can get an idea, that thing's not gonna, oh, the paint's still a little wet. There's a surprise. I wasn't sure if I was going to go this route with, you know, with the lights, so I didn't pre-drill these before I painted the trailer, which would have been nice. You know, my advice to everybody is do all your drilling. I try to do all my drilling first and then paint. Hopefully it looks good. If not, oh well. I'll sand that down, you know, sand the burrs off. We'll re-primer the holes, touch it up with the paint, and then I'll show you what it looks like after, just because painting sucks. Alright, so I got these little bullet lights in. I guess that's what we're gonna call them. These for the 3 IDs. I had to wait for the paint to dry. Took yesterday and today for it to dry after I drilled the holes. Okay, so I put the front light in. I put the DOT tape on, which is ugly, like super ugly, but they make you do it. This electrical box, it's got the test button. You find these on all the new style trailers. My old one didn't have the test button, so the breakaway cable goes in the old breakaway hole right there. That's a hole for the ground. Then I thought, I've seen some people put these on the side, but if you jackknife or something real hard, you'll mess it up. Then I was thinking maybe I'll put it inside, but now you're dragging chains over it. So the best bet I came up with is here, because we're outside the chain bin, but yet if you look, we're inside the frame. So let me drill the holes. I got 2 holes drilled. I just measured with the tape measure and marked those, because I can't get in there with the drill with this there. The chuck hits the front of the box, and then all the wires will be tucked down in through there. Oh man, let's see here. $432. Jeez Louise.
For what, 11 1x8x16s?
I was gonna bring the trailer, but I just didn't feel like it. I should say, it's like 82 degrees out today, and they said it's gonna be like record humidity.
Get the boards in the back of the truck.
Camera.
It's recording right now. You want it? Here you go.
Yeah, that's fine. We can talk. What I did was, instead of spreading them all out and having them flopping all around, I put them all tight together, and I ratcheted the bundle together. That way, I'm afraid if they're, you know, we hit a bad bump, because there's a section of road we have to go home that's under construction, and it's real bumpy, so I don't want them flopping around and breaking. And then I'm probably gonna ratchet them to the side from moving. And then we got 45 minutes to drive home. Alright, we're cruising along the Cape Cod Canal, going to the bridge to go back home. come here and they look out. They look out over the canal and everything, but it's just a long hill. So I just measured, I made sure it was unplugged because when I was in high school some kid cut his hand, but I measured from there to there, it's the 3 1/8. I would call it the moment of truth, but I don't really know what the truth is about this. Might not fit. It's gonna be tight, I know that. But that's good because it's gonna shrink over time. It's gonna be tough because we have to get it in that lip. I'll show you. See how it has to tuck in that lip at the end? But I gotta get it that way. The problem is you can't push it and roll it into there because it has to go down before it can go in, you know? So I don't know how this is gonna work.
Big pry bar, the large pry bar. We'll put it against the rib of the trailer.
What? You scratch my trailer? You crazy?
What, you mean the part that's gonna be covered in wood?
No. No, no, no.
Watch, let me show you what I mean.
No, don't.
I'm not gonna, let me show
Don't touch anything blue with that, or I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Dude, that's
I'm gonna die, and you can explain to Mom why Dad died in the driveway. No, 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 you're gonna scratch it.
Dude, it's gonna get...
I don't care if it's going to. Let
It's
it
getting
be on a
covered.
paying job. I don't want to scratch it in the driveway.
Alright, well, that's wedged down to the end.
You're killing me here. You're killing me.
Just let me pry it in.
You're not prying on my trailer.
Dude.
You do nothing. Just stop. It's out of the question. You're not prying. I didn't sit out here in hot blazing sun for you to pry on it. End of story. Don't bring it up again. Like,
We could just pry
you ever
on
watch Talladega Nights?
We could just...
Bury it deep down
we
inside
could-
and don't ever bring
we
it
could-
up again.
We could just pry on it.
You're not prying on it. I
On
don't
the-
care
on the
how many
part-
hand microphones you
the
make.
part that is never gonna get seen.
You're not prying on it. Go in the shed and get me the skill saw.
It's in. So I just need to pry it down at this end a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, shh.
This one is harder to pry back now.
Yeah, watch out.
Yeah. Try it now while I'm holding it.
Alright, I don't know if you can see me. I am in the shed. I am wet just walking from the house. Let me see if I can show you the wind. We are having the remnants of, I don't know if it's remnants or what it is. I don't know. Tropical storm Elsa or whatever. Anyways, the trailer, let me open the door. I just don't want to get my camera ruined, even though I think it's waterproof. Supposed to be having crazy winds. Anyways, the trailer is done. I have plans to make wider ramps. I don't understand why they make them. Well, I think it's just to cut costs so you can slide them back and forth to adjust. All the new trailers I've looked at, they just make them that extra, what, 6 inches? So there's no sliding them back and forward, you know, not forward, but, you know, side to side. They basically, you know, up, down, that's it. Because sometimes those things will slide back and forth and slam around when you're driving. So I'm gonna actually, oh yeah, look at it. I'm actually gonna make bigger ramps. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it. Anyways, thanks for watching. And if you are just passing by, do me a favor and subscribe so you can watch the next projects that I got going on. If you're into this sort of stuff, you definitely want to stick around because I got a bunch of things we're going to be doing soon. All right, check in on the next one.